Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Hello, everybody. What did I spell wrong? Hold on. What did I spell wrong? Okay, I'm looking. I'm trying to see here. Misspelled banner. Her name? Her name. Hold on. How did I spell her name wrong? Oh, wrong one. KHDI. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Thank you. God, I hate it when I do that. Well, you know, I got issues. Hold on. Thank you. Geez, I hope I didn't do it elsewhere. Oh, well. I tried. You know what I mean? I still write it wrong. What is wrong with me? Hold on. All right. There we go. Thank you. All right. You always are. You're my girl. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, I want to tell you about TikTok. Okay, this is an important subject here, but anyways, I say TikTok, and I don't care, if China is using the data or whatever, because all I do over there is no, I got it right. Oh God, again, look at that. If you do videos or lives, you'll notice that this stuff, it won't delete. That is the problem. It won't let the, oh my God. All right, let's see what it does now. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, she's a beautiful girl, but I want to say about TikTok, um, I don't care about, subs or money like that because I don't want to be monetized on YouTube or anything. TikTok, though, TikTok likes me. People are really nice. Well, people are nice on me here, okay? And I got over 13K subs over there. I mean, it's weird how nobody watches me, which is okay. But it's all about getting the faces out there and reaching a broader audience. So what I'm going to do, because I know a lot of people don't have TikTok on here, and when I do my TikTok lives, which I'm going to start, my very first one is going to be about Temmy D's, and so that live I will put on YouTube. That's how I figured out how I'm going to do it. Okay, enough about that. Okay, it is. Let's looky here real quick. How are you feeling? Oh my God, better. If I don't know if you noticed, yesterday was a tough day for me. I'm not sure what's going on. A bunch of stuff is, honestly, but where is it? I had it ready. Okay, today is Native American, this month. Yes, that case made me cry. It's Native American month. So what I'm going to be doing, why isn't this, wow, what is going on StreamYard? I'm going to do one Native American a day. I usually do like one a week anyways. Now it's going to work, I hope. Okay, I'm just going to show some clips and then I'll tell you all about her.
Guwatsi Haupa. Hello, everyone, and happy National Native American Heritage Month. I'm proud to join you all from the ancestral homelands of the Anacostan and Piscataway people here in Washington, D.C., to kick off a month of celebration. This month, we honor the gifts of our ancestors by celebrating Indigenous knowledge, traditions, language, and culture. But at Interior, we do that every day. We respect Indigenous knowledge in our work to fight climate change and build back better than ever before. We're committed to robust tribal consultation and living up to our trust and treaty responsibilities. We center our work on the voices of Indigenous people as we address the missing and murdered Indigenous peoples crisis and take action to help people heal from the painful forced assimilation practices of the Indian boarding schools. All of our work is done with the leadership of President Biden and an all-of-government approach to ensure Native American, Alaska Native, Native Hawaiian, and island communities have a seat at the table. As the first Native American Cabinet Secretary, I know that we have a lot of work to do, but I also know that our ancestors are smiling down on us, giving us strength, and are proud of what we've accomplished so far. Native American history is American history, and it's only by recognizing that history that we can build a future that is equitable and inclusive. Happy Native American Heritage Month, everyone.
Yay! Okay, you know what? Don't laugh at me, Grandma. I feel in a previous life of mine, I must have been Native American. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I forgot to put this banner up. Shoot. just love the culture. Um, they're okay. They're a tribe. They take care of their own. They support each other. Family is everything. Shoot, why won't let me I'm trying to pin your comment. Make another comment. It's not letting me do it on my phone. I want to see what's going on here. Okay, hold on. Let's see if that works. No, it's not working. What the hell? Okay. Oh my God. I'm trying to pin your comment. Hold on. Sorry, I'm a little slow this morning. Here we go. It made me go to YouTube to do this. Okay, now let's look at this beautiful girl. And this is one of, hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Remember now, any comments that you make, nobody can see on YouTube unless I do this. Grandma Jimmy's here. Okay, now let me tell you something. This girl is beautiful. Her story is heartbreaking. Oh, wait till you hear. Let me put her face up there. You watch. I'm going to get her name wrong. Oh, hold on. That's why I show everything I do, because people know I don't read right and I pronounce the name wrong. Okay, still missing. Khadijah? Well, she's got a pretty name. Rose Britton. Grandma, I know you will correct me. Khadijah. Oh, what a pretty name. She's missing from Round Valley Res in Covelo, California, February 7th, 2018. She's 24 years old, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'9". She's got a tattoo of a walkie on her right forearm, and obviously she's Native American. There is $85,000 reward. Anybody with info, call. Let me get the number here. 707-234-2100. Beautiful girl. Wait till you find out what happened. I'll get to it. Rowdy's here? Where? Hi, Rowdy. Good morning. There we go. Hi, Jimmy. So what we're going to do, we're going to listen to her story. However, we are going to talk about some things with the missing and murdered Indigenous people. Breaks my heart, you guys. Nobody, hardly anybody of color doesn't get attention. Mainstream media. Why? I mean, what can I do? You know what I mean? I'm only one person. All I've ever asked is like the bigger creators, once a month, just once a month, or just put a flyer on your community wall. All right. All right. And the last update I found was 2022. Hold on. So she's been with us for 5 years, though. There she is. Okay, it's been 4 years. No, it's been 5 years. What happened is, this is crazy. She was at her friend's house. She was taken out of her friend's house at gunpoint by her ex-boyfriend that she was with for 6 years, you guys. The press release, okay, at Mendicio. Grandma, what's that word? How do you say it? Around midnight, February 9th, he took her by gunpoint. He beat her up. Okay, witness reported he took her outside of the residence. Physical altercation. After the fight, they entered a black Mercedes sedan. Nobody, family nor friends, has heard from her since then. So he got charged with kidnapping and stuff, but he did get arrested June 2020. Now, this is sad, you guys, because he was found with possession of a handgun and assault rifle after fleeing the police. In October of that year, the case was handed over to federal court. Let's see. See, this is old. I told you how much what's going on. Let's see. She's so pretty. What was it else that I was gonna say about him? I'm sorry, guys. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put links into all these articles here. But she was kidnapped, beat by him, right? And guess what happens? Anybody take a guess? Anybody? I'll show you what happened. This is what happened. Oh, all these commercials and ads. All right, this is what happened. Kidnapping charge dropped in the case of missing California woman. There she is. So the prosecutors, and this was 2018, dropped felony kidnapping charge against leading suspect, which was her ex-boyfriend. However, he did get charged with 2 felony charges: possession of a firearm by a felon, possession of ammunition. He's 37 years old. Let's see. Okay, but he's out of prison now. He is no longer being charged. They say there's not enough evidence. And nobody's talking about this case. Yeah, these articles are old. Like the newest I can find is September. Let's see, what's the date on this one? I want to try to find an interview with her family. I joined the group on Facebook, but yeah, you can't see it. All right, here we go. So we're going to watch the press conference. Grandma, if you find an interview with her family, can you let me know, please? I'm going to look right real quick, okay? Okay, thank you, Grandma. Let's see. A video with the family talking. Nope. Jeez. I see other podcasters have done. So I'll show you where the group is. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. Oh, I got a question. Do you guys want to watch a press conference first? Because after the press conference, I did find one article. The relatives spoke out after it. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll watch. There's 2 press conferences. One was in 2018. The other was 2021. Hold on. I'll get there. Oh, good. I found one of the family too. Good. I found 2. Okay, I'll take this banner down. Please bear with me, people. If you make videos, or not videos, when you do lives, you'll realize no matter how prepared you are, sometimes things don't go smooth. Here's the first press conference.
So as people come in, thank you very much for being here. My name is Carl Baldwin, I'm the sheriff. And today's a very important day. Today's a day that we're continuing the investigation of a missing person. Khadijah Britton was reported missing in February, which I'll get through the chronological order. But today we're going to cover the chronological order. We're going to talk about what happened 2 days ago. We're going to have some words from the FBI. The tribal police from Round Valley is going to speak, and the family is going to have an opportunity to speak too. The whole purpose of today is to get as much information out to the world as possible regarding a very important person from our county who's been missing. She's been missing for almost 11 months, and we're certainly trying to obtain as much information as possible regarding her. I want to start with February 10th. But February 10th is a very important day because that's the first day that the sheriff's office learned of a missing person. We had a deputy sheriff patrolling the Round Valley, and they were flagged down, and a citizen reported Khadijah missing. On the 11th, the next day, we actually worked with social media, and we were, as we call it, pinging some social media, and learned that the last activity she had was on February 7th, so 3 days prior to our notification. On the 12th, the next day, we conducted interviews in the Round Valley, and I would imagine most everyone here understands where the Round Valley is. Round Valley is the second geographically largest Indian reservation in the state of California. It's on the far eastern portion of Mendocino County. It's certainly one of the most beautiful locations we have in Northern California, if not the world. And the fact that we have a missing person, a beautiful missing person from the Round Valley is something that troubles all of us. On the 13th, so 3 days after the initial report, our detectives were on the way to conduct interviews in the Round Valley to continue the investigation. And for those of you who remember the 13th of February, there was an armed robbery in Ukiah where his car was stolen, and the driver ended up shooting at law enforcement officers north of Willits, and the driver was killed by law enforcement. And so it certainly stopped the investigation for the Round Valley part on the 13th, because some of the detectives that were on their way to Covelo were involved in the officer-involved shooting. On the 14th is when we conducted the vast majority of interviews, and we began collecting interviews. And I want to talk about the interviews that we've had in Round Valley. Over the course of this investigation, we've conducted 80 documented interviews. We've searched over 20 vehicles and purged properties with consent searches and 5 cell phones. We've written and executed At 6 locations, search warrants for locations, 10 search warrants for telephones, and 26 search warrants for social digital media. The Mendocino County Sheriff's Office, the Detective Bureaus, and not the Patrol Division, has so far invested 3,462 hours in this investigation. And we're not saying that by saying this is the biggest we've done, but I want people to understand that we're not taking this investigation lightly. We're continuing our investigation. And by saying that since February, we put 3,462 hours in this investigation, not including the 4,000 hours of search and rescue, I think is very significant to the ongoing investigation. On the 19th is something that's very important. February 19th was something very important. The main investigative lead in this case, E.G. Ballas, was arrested. And the Sheriff's Office certainly appreciates Round Valley Tribal Police for locating where he was, calling the Sheriff's Office. We arrived. He was arrested there. A search warrant was executed on the house, and we found a firearm, which that firearm led us to 2 days ago, where he was sentenced to 4 years in prison, thanks to the District Attorney's Office. And as of this morning at 8:30, E.G. Ballas was delivered to San Quentin, and that's where he will remain in the custody of the California Department of Corrections.
Okay, I want to tell you people, he is out of prison though.
I hope you'll understand that one of the reasons for the press conference is to tell the community that we believe people in the community have information. And we can tell you that E.G. Ballas is not going to harm you. He's in custody at state prison. The family is going to discuss a reward later, and I can state that this morning on my way here today, I received a phone call from a person here in Ukiah who was offered through the Sheriff's Office $25,000 additional reward for the arrest and conviction of the suspect involved in the missing persons case of Khadijah. So we've worked with the FBI from the beginning. The FBI has been our partner with many forensic interviews, forensic examinations, and search warrants. And I'm certainly going to ask the assistant SAC, the supervisor in charge, to discuss it. And we will have a time where we can answer questions. But I want to cover everything that's happened so far. So yesterday, E.G. Ballas, I said, was arrested, or was remanded immediately into custody on the day of sentencing for felon in possession of a firearm. E.G. Ballas has spent time in prison before for felony child endangerment. Fortunately, our district attorney's office and our district attorney himself was able to get the absolute maximum possible sentence on Ballas. However, let me tell you something which is horrendous news. Proposition 57, which was passed by the voters in 2016, presents a problem to us. There is a possibility that E.G. Ballas may only serve 8 months in prison if the California Department of Correction follows through with Proposition 57. And if you have questions about Proposition 57, I'm not the expert on it, but I would encourage you to research it. It certainly takes away the criminal justice ability to send bad people to prison for a long time.
Wow.
The district attorney certainly did not support Proposition 57, and it very possibly could be a huge stumbling block for keeping a bad person in prison for a long time. So as I give this to FBI, I'm talking to the Covelo community, the Round Valley community now. There are substantial rewards on the table. We have anonymous information, California, or we're a member of WeTip, 1-800-78-CRIME. We have an anonymous tip line, 707-234-2100. And certainly any information that would get to the tribal police would get to us. We want to solve this crime. As a father myself, I certainly can understand the anxiety, the nightmares, the fright that the family has. We are continuing our investigation of this crime, that we are not stalling, we're continuing, and hopefully today, somebody out there will understand the amount of reward, and will understand that the right thing to do is get the information to us. Honestly, whether she's dead or alive, we need to find her. We need to allow the family some closure. We certainly hope and pray she's alive, but the facts are the facts. And we've brief the family with everything. Some of you came here hoping that we would give new information. But let me say this to the family. If we have new information, when we have new information, we will not broadcast it in a press conference. We will contact the family immediately. We are not withholding any information from the family. We want you to know that. So with that, I would like to introduce our partner, Sid Patel, the Assistant Supervisor, Special Agent in charge of the San Francisco FBI.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Sid Patel. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the FBI office in San Francisco. To begin with, speaking as a father, I wanted to express my thoughts to the family. We got this here. Can you hear me now?
Okay, just so you know, I got it turned all the way up.
Hear me? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Sid Patel. I'm one of the Assistant Special Agents in charge of the FBI office. Before I begin, I did first want to express. Can you hear me now? We'll try it now. Here we go. We'll try it one more time. Good afternoon. Sid Patel, Assistant Special Agent in charge. Testing, testing. All right, we'll do that. I think you've heard that 3 times now, so thank you for your patience. Sid Patel, Assistant Special Agent in charge of the San Francisco FBI office. Before I begin, speaking as a father, I just want to express my thoughts to the family. As a father, my thoughts are with you. Let me keep going here. We first speak to the fact that the public law 280 state, California is a public law 280 state. What that means is that it precludes the FBI from being the primary investigative service. As such, the Mendocino County Sheriff's Department is the principal investigative service. We are here to assist them. They're close partners of ours. We worked with the sheriff for many, many years. With that being said, we are fully dedicated to finding justice for Khadijah Britton, and we're committed to this. The Sheriff's Office has maintained communication with us from the onset and continues to do so. They're working diligently on this as well. We opened a what's called a domestic police cooperation case. What that means is from an official request, we're able to help with some of our technical expertise and some of the subject matter experts that we have in different areas. For instance, our evidence response team, they've been supporting us. We've had quite a few personnel part of that, obtaining, gathering information, sending it to our labs, different DNA analysis. We've been working on that piece. The second is called our CAST team, our cellular analysis and survey team. Those 2 teams are quite a bit of resources and subject matter expertise that we bring to the table there. Now, these results are still with the labs. They're in Quantico. They're in different places. As we're getting these results, we are passing them diligently and as soon as possible to the Sheriff's Department, and we will continue to do so. I think everyone can hear me now. But again, we are working collaboratively. We're working in partnership with the Sheriff's Department. We continue to do so. And I want to thank you all for your time. Thank you for your patience with the mic. And I'm going to pass it back to the Sheriff.
Thank you, Sid, and thank you for always answering our phone calls when we call. And I know that there's 3 FBI agents in town today. Thank you very much for being here. And I meet with one of your agents monthly and in person, but the rest of it is over the phone, and we appreciate you being here. So Vince Cordova from the Round Valley Tribe is here, Round Valley Tribal Police Department.
Everybody hear me? My name is Vince Cordova. I'm currently the officer in charge of the Round Valley Union Tribal Police. I just wanted to reassure everybody that the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office and the FBI are doing everything they can for this case, and they will continue to have our full support as we move forward.
Well, thank you. That's one of the biggest steps we've had on this is the fact that you were able to locate the investigative lead and allow the arrest to continue and allow the gun to be found, and I appreciate our district attorney. So with these being said, I'd like for the family representative, which I believe is Otis Brotherton. Otis, come on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. We want to thank you on behalf of Khadijah's family for being here. I have her grandfather up here, Ronnie Hostler, and he asked me if I would come and speak for the family. Our biggest thing right now is we want closure. It's been 10 months, and we've, the family's been through a lot of grief, trauma, hardship, drama, people calling in false leads. We have the tip lines, we have the rewards, and now that he's in prison, now we find out maybe 8 months, it's time for people to step forward, and come in and call and let us know what you know, because we know there's people in Pueblo that know what happened to Khadijah. And we want her brought home. We want closure so the family could at least, take care of the process of healing themselves. And that's all that we have to say is we just want closure for now, please. You'll come forward, call the line, do what you got to do to bring closure to the family. Thank you.
Yeah. Ronnie Hostler, Khadijah's my granddaughter, grandma. We did ask the father and the mother if Otis could speak for us. They both agreed that he could, but Otis wanted me to say something. But I want to know. It's 10 months now. I want to know why my granddaughter is still missing. That's what I want to know. Why I never have heard a motive yet. I don't understand why we're not hearing motives.
Wow, that is awful. Okay, guys, you can't even hear, and here you got people going by honking. Here you got helicopters. They should have done this inside.
I think you all want to know why there was not a motive in this case. My granddaughter didn't have to be killed by Niki Paulus, and I believe that he killed her. And I believe he killed her in cold-blooded murder. And I want to know why he had to kill her. He already had 3 or 4 different women. Why he had to kill my granddaughter? There had to be a motive behind that. And the motive that I believe is that our granddaughter knew something that this guy did, and that was the only way he could keep her quiet. On the domestic violence, she was drug out of his grandma's house and beaten with a hammer. We have pictures of her beaten. That case was all dropped because she wasn't there to witness for it against him. Why? That's one of the biggest questions I have is why? Why is my granddaughter still missing? Sorry. Do you guys all believe what I'm telling you guys? No. We want to know why. Why is she still missing? Why this guy had to kill my granddaughter? Sorry.
So if you are listening to this and you know something, if you think you know something, if you believe you know where she is, there's many opportunities. There's every opportunity in the world for you to contact us. We will keep you anonymous. We need to bring closure for the family and for the community. So with that in mind, there's several press people here. Are there any questions specifically for the investigation? Yes, from the Press Democrat.
Hi, you had mentioned something about WeTip. Has that been around, and can you explain what that is?
So 1-800-78-CRIME WeTip is actually, believe it or not a completely free service. Law enforcement agencies have to pay money for it. So we have started a new contract with them so we can be associated with WeTip. This certainly is not the only missing person case that we have in Mendocino County, and I want to give you some numbers here. We currently have 19 active missing persons cases over the last 3 years. I don't believe this would be statistically higher than any other county law enforcement agency, but we have 19 missing person cases. And going back into the 70s, we have 30 unsolved homicide cold cases. These are cases that are not just put on a shelf and ignored. These are cases that are investigated as often as our detectives receive information. And I certainly want to say that we have an unsolved homicide in Manchester that occurred on the Manchester Point Arena Indian Reservation, which is very actively being involved in investigated.
Going back to my question, can you explain what WeTip is and when you started using that specifically, and why is that better than the other options that you
So
have?
WeTip we started using today, as of today. WeTip guarantees your anonymity. They will keep you quiet, your name quiet, whether it's received through the internet or the phone. There's cash payment up to $1,000 for WeTip. That's not associated with what the family's saying or what I said earlier regarding the reward. WeTip is based in throughout America, and there are people who do not trust local law enforcement. There are people who do not trust the FBI. There are people who do not trust government. WeTip is a non-government agency that allows for information to be brought in, and they deliver it to us, and we follow up on their information.
Thank
Any
you.
press? Yes, Paul.
Is the investigation focused solely in Mendocino County or adjoining counties?
Our investigation has gone throughout Northern California. We've served search warrants throughout Northern California. So without getting specifically, it's out. It's not just so focused in Mendocino County. Are there any press members? Press, yes.
Have you utilized helicopters, drones, and cadaver dogs in your search?
We've utilized human remain dogs, cadaver dogs. We've utilized helicopters. The family actually privately contracted with a helicopter also. And we've, as I said earlier, our search and rescue hours are well above 4,000 hours of the search and rescue that are following up leads. And now I will say this, we have received some leads from psychics, from people who are in different parts of the world who have a vision. And when we follow up a lead, we try to put some type of credibility into the lead of is this going to help us investigate the crime? So with all due respect to psychics, we are not following up every psychic lead, but any lead that appears to be substantial with any type of information, we're following up. Any other questions?
How many tips have you received so far?
On our tip line, our 700-234-2100 tip line, 707-234-2100, we've received approximately 60 tips, and I'm not including the additional 20 tips that were from psychics.
You had also mentioned that you used social media to track pings. Where was the last?
I'm sorry, your question regarding?
I was asking about the pings. You had said that the last ping that you had gotten was from the 7th. Do you have more information about where that was and when?
We are not going to get into the specifics of the information that we have on that. Okay, to the family members, we want to continue the conversation and communication. If there's anything that's happened, please let us know. Connie, our thoughts are with you every day. We appreciate your support and your understanding on this one, and it's a very important case to us. So with that, we're going to conclude the press conference. Thank you very much.
I marched through effort, one of the 1,000 voices with missing, murdered Indigenous women. I do not feel that this family was enveloped in love these last 20 minutes. They need to be surrounded by us that support them, that stand in solidarity with them. These words did not touch me, but Grandpa's words did. Ronnie, his words did. To come from the heart. So what I teach people when we are called, we say their name 4 times for all 4 directions. Khadijah, 1. That's for the east. Khadijah, that's 2. That's for the south. Khadijah, that's 3. That's for the west. Khadijah, that's 4. That's for the north. We call all these directions as far as the east is from the west, as far as the north is from the south. Khadijah, come home safe and sound, unharmed. That's what we want to hear. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little concerned about Mendocino County. Even though there was statistics, I don't give a damn about statistics. I want to see results. I want to hear and hear that you're out here helping our Indigenous women. Our Indigenous people are being slaughtered left and right, and we have no law enforcement helping us. But as today, 2018, the grandmothers from the Sacred White Buffalo Council, the missing and murdered Indigenous women and people, AIM, all these organizations are here with you. We're here. We're praying with you. We're crying with you. You need us. You call any of us. We're on call for you. Congratulations. Say the closing prayer. You want to? You need the drum? Oh, Ronnie. She's going to sing a closing prayer song. Right here. Yeah. today. We have to pray over this family for protection, for answers. Who is the spokesperson for Round Valley? Is it only Odin? Okay. Anybody? All right, I'll go ahead and do it. Creator, thank you. Thank you for this day gathering us here. This is for resources. As we listen to those words and we leave here, we ask you for protection as we go to our homes, our jobs, wherever it is we may be in the 4 directions. But touch this family right here for answers. And we called her name 4 times in the 4 directions. Bring her home safe and sound, Creator. Let justice for Khadijah happen today. Today, right now, we want justice for our Native American women, children, men, and people. Oh, congratulations. Thank you. Can you come this way, roll it?
How sad is that, you guys? Obviously, they are not happy with law enforcement. Let's go see why. Let's go watch this live. This is what the family had to say after that. Hold on. No sound? Oh, it's the same one. Okay, I'm sorry. It's the same one. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Where's the one I wanted to watch? Hold on. Oh, here we go. Oh, ABC did one May 8, 2023. Let's watch that. If it lets me. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh my God, look at this picture. This is just Ashley right here. I know too. I like that one too.
Kimberly and Johnny Lynn cling to photos of their sister Ashley.
Ashley is a beautiful and amazing person, my inspiration, my protector, and my angel. Every time I think about my sister, I just think about her smile.
Well, okay, they're all important, you guys. Okay, I just want to put that out there. I thought this one was about Khadijah. Okay, hopefully this is. Hold on. Huh. Oh, this picture makes me sad. Okay, let's listen here. What else? Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. What is going on? See what these websites do with all these ads? This is crazy.
Holy cannoli, look at this. It's like a science project. Ordering lunch.
Sorry, got to play the ad. Because they are figuring out how people are having ad blockers. It's crazy. Okay, let's do this again. Sorry.
Oh my God, look at this picture. This is just Ashley right here.
And that one too. I like that one too.
Kimberly and Johnny Lynn cling to photos of their sister Ashley.
Ashley is a beautiful and amazing person, my inspiration, my protector, and my angel. Every time I think about my sister, I just think about her smile. Everybody wanted to talk to her. She was so beautiful and outgoing. Ashley knew no stranger.
Ashley Loring Heavy Runner, a loving sister.
His name again, what is it?
Eugene Lee Manuel.
A doting godmother. A star athlete in high school, known for her contagious smile. She excelled at college.
She was also incredibly humble about it. Every time she'd, get a paper back and got a good grade, she'd say, "Really? I got an A?" or "Really? I got a B? Me?"
Her bright future ahead of her until the tentacles of poverty, crime, and drug abuse that plague her home, Montana's vast and beautiful Blackfeet Nation, wrapped themselves around her.
She told me she loved me and tried giving me a hug. I didn't give her a hug. And then she left through the door. And that was the last time I saw her.
Authorities and family in Glacier County are continuing to search for Ashley Loring, also going by Ashley Heavy Runner.
Ashley's case is just part of a hidden epidemic sweeping across huge swaths of North America.
In Indian country, everybody knows somebody.
A sister, an auntie, a mother that was murdered or went missing. This is our life. This is what we're born into.
Savannah Lafontaine Graywin, who's 8 months pregnant, has gone missing.
Olivia Lone Bear, who went missing October 25th in Newtown,
Her
North
search
Dakota.
for Misty Upham led family to her body.
Nearly 6,000 missing Indigenous women, yet less than 200 logged in the National Missing Persons Database.
There's an epidemic of violence against Native women that just isn't being prosecuted and investigated effectively, and people are getting away with these crimes.
There's so many bureaucratic cracks that Native women and girls are not just falling through, but actively pushed through.
Oh my gosh, it's like all red.
Forcing families like Ashley's to navigate a complicated and woefully underfunded justice system, plaguing Native communities across the country.
Dan?
Oh my God.
If me and my family didn't search for Ashley, I don't think anybody would be looking for her.
Taking them from remote mountain wilderness to our nation's halls of power.
We are important.
And bringing our cameras along as they try to solve the agonizing mystery of what happened to their loved one, even pursuing dark rumors.
They say that I killed Ashley, but I didn't.
I was being framed for the disappearance of Ashley, and I made sure the feds knew they are covering up a murder. They all are.
There's a phrase in Indian country that when a Native American woman goes missing, she disappears twice. Once in life and once in the news.
She's my baby sister, and I have to find her. I know she wouldn't just up and leave. Something happened to her, and we'll find out. We'll find it. It's going to come out. Because anything that's done in the darkness will appear in light.
Ashley grew up here on the remote Blackfeet Nation in northwest Montana. Once lords of the high plains, this tribe survived massive land loss, disease, starvation, even a massacre of roughly 200 people, all at the hands of the U.S. government. Today, this proud, resilient community resembles most small towns of the West. But from the 1979 kidnapping and murder of Monica Still Smoking to the 2016 murder of Matthew Grant, violent crimes often go unsolved in this windswept region.
Unsolved murders is really high here. And before she went missing, we knew it was bad. But then once she went missing and we started getting involved in all of this stuff, we didn't realize how bad it was.
Ashley's family last saw her here at home on June 5th, 2017. At first, they thought she was with a family friend, but after roughly 2 weeks, they discovered that wasn't true and filed a missing persons report with tribal police and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, or BIA. Authorities joined the family on several early searches, but according to the Senate Indian Affairs Committee, it would be 2 months before the BIA seriously investigated the case.
Law enforcement did not handle Ashley's case the way they should have. Just kind of blew it off as she was of age and she's just out there. She can do what she wants.
Frank Goings is one of the just 17 tribal police officers tasked with patrolling the 1.5 million acre reservation.
It should be stacked up to like 50 officers, but unfortunately, money is a big issue.
But chronic underfunding from Congress isn't the only obstacle. Investigators must also navigate a complex jurisdictional maze.
Fundamentally, you have 3 different governments who are responsible for protecting public citizens in Indian country: the federal government, state governments, and tribal governments. And anytime you get 3 governments together to try and do anything, it becomes challenging.
Here's how it works. Most tribes can only charge their own members with a crime, meaning they can't arrest anybody else who commits a crime on their own land. They need outside help.
Like if I was to stop a non-member right now, I'd have to sit here and wait for that deputy to get here.
What's more, most tribes are barred from charging anyone, even their own members, with major crimes. Those cases can only be handled by federal agencies like the BIA and FBI.
And I'll be honest, it's frustrating, but that's just the way it is here.
For a missing persons case like Ashley's, where time is precious, confusion over jurisdiction can hinder an investigation.
And that can lead to either a lack of investigative resources committed by the part of the federal government, for example, or just further delay.
Facing a justice system seemingly designed to fail, Ashley's family, led by her older sister Kimberly, scoured the immense reservation on their own, hoping to retrace Ashley's last known steps.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors going around. Said that they could have tied Ashley to a tree and let the animals get her. It's really hard to deal with.
If it wasn't for Kim, we wouldn't be where we're at now with her case. It's all her.
Just weeks after Ashley went missing, Kimberly and a family friend discovered potential evidence near the desolate town of Bab: a pair of red-stained boots and a tattered sweater.
It was the last thing she was wearing, I guess. We turned it over to the police. They would just put it in a room for months.
Kimberly found that sweater and boots not far from this remote lake house owned by Sam McDonald.
Sam McDonald is supposed to be the last person that Ashley was with that people know of. We heard a lot of bad things about Sam McDonald.
So how did a 20-year-old woman end up here at a lake house like this with an older man like Sam? 2 devastating losses had changed Ashley. First, her beloved granddad, who had helped raise her, passed away. For a time, Ashley found happiness again. You can see it here in this video with her first love. But that love turned to heartbreak.
So she lost 2 of her support systems. And after that, she was just a whole different person.
In pain, Kimberly says Ashley began using drugs and started hanging out with an older crowd.
Yeah, his house is just right up there.
We went to talk to Sam about the 6 days he says he spent with Ashley around the time she disappeared.
This is what the cops did to my door. They searched my house and my property probably 6 times.
Law enforcement questioned Sam multiple times about Ashley's disappearance. Sam admits he partied with Ashley and has been battling addiction for years.
I got on the meth, brought me to the point of being at the bottom. I mean, it was fun. I partied, had a blast, I went with a lot of women. It just came down to where Ashley come up missing, and it's time to quit and find her. Somebody asked me one time, Sam, what's wrong with you? Why do you go out with these young girls? Is there something wrong with me? Why would a 20-year-old want to go out with a 55-year-old?
Meth.
Party? Like Dwight Yoakam says, pretty little girl and jug of wine, that's what it takes to make a honk-tonk time? What's the difference?
Sam claims the last time he saw Ashley was on the morning of June 11th, after she asked him to take her to this pull-off so that someone named V-Dog could pick her up.
About that time, I leaned my chair back. We had been up for days, and just like that, I went to sleep. And when I woke up, she was gone.
He claims he looked for Ashley, but couldn't find her.
And I thought, well, she must have got it right, V-Dog.
Sam says he was later told that V-Dog is a nickname for this man, Paul Valenzuela, shown here being arrested on an illegal firearms charge in 2016. The family says Paul was seeing Ashley shortly before she disappeared, while he was still in a rocky marriage with this woman, Tashina Running Crane, also known as T.
First it's Sam, then it's T, then it's Paul. It's back and forth. It's like they're playing with us.
Paul filed for divorce from T roughly a month after Ashley disappeared.
I wanted to know if it was possible about the bill that Paul...
Weeks later, this 14-minute recording of T was posted online under the title Setup.
Basically, he has Ashley. Everybody in this town knows it.
In the recording, T claims she's being framed for Ashley's disappearance by Paul. The post was later taken down.
Paul's trying to set me up.
So you recorded that video?
I did. I was blaming Paul. I was very upset with him because everybody was telling me it was Paul. When I finally sat him down and found out the truth, I told him I was sorry and everything for even thinking like that.
T agreed to meet us in the fall of 2017 at a cafe. She claimed she'd been searching for Ashley, which the family denies. But she left the reservation to escape what she says are false accusations.
They said that I killed her. They say that I caught my husband and her, but I didn't.
Do you want to take it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it is my husband.
During our interview, Paul calls T from prison.
And maybe you can ask him.
3 months after Ashley vanished, he was incarcerated for a prior illegal gun conviction.
This call is from an inmate at Washington Correction Center.
Hi. I'm just at that interview right now. It's ABC. I'm on camera and everything, and they want to talk to you. All right, bye. He's not down to talk. Oh. He's all like, I gotta go. I was like, okay, bye.
T claims she had nothing to do with the disappearance, didn't even know about the affair until after Ashley vanished. However, during the early stages of the search for Ashley, T's husband sent text messages to Ashley's sister, alleging that his wife knew more than what she was saying.
He said to talk to Tashina, that she's not telling you everything.
Oh my God. Well, that's shocking. I have no idea why he would say something like that.
Is there something that you're not telling us about Paul?
I don't know. No, I told you guys everything. I didn't even think he would say anything like that about me. Oh, I thought he was helping me on this. That's horrible. Oh.
While serving time for that firearms conviction, Paul wrote us, promising he could bring us to who did all this to Ashley. Trust me, I'm the only one who can. But he'd only talk if we got him transferred to a different prison. We refused, and he declined to be interviewed.
The FBI said the Bureau of Indian Affairs requested their help to find Ashley.
The FBI took the lead on Ashley's case in February 2018, nearly 9 months since she first disappeared.
I'm not racist or anything, but why do they jump all over trying to find a white person? When a native goes missing, they just look the other way, blow it off.
When we come back, the family takes their cause to our nation's halls of power.
There's something seriously wrong here.
And Kimberly gets a surprise call from the FBI.
On the body right here.
Stay with us.
Rufus hates being stuck inside. Luckily, Amy saved big at Amazon. Turns out, with the right gear, Rufus rips.
People don't even think we exist to this day. It's like, oh man,
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, that article, it had her name, but they didn't talk about her. I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you for being here, Grandma. I appreciate you. All right. And I want to show people this if they don't know about this. This is the Savannah Act on U.S. Department of Justice page. And what it is, the law was signed in October 2020 to help improve the federal response to missing or murdered Indigenous people. So that was finally signed. All right. Oops. Right. We are going to look at this. Okay, the Savannah Act. Oh, I want to watch this here. Oh, here's a petition. We'll get to that here in a minute. All right. I'm going to put the link to this. Okay, I'll do it here in a minute.
I see the faces of the women who haven't come home yet. Looking at, the impact of violence in our communities and the high rates of sexual violence.
What is going on? Okay. Why is this showing a different video? That is so weird. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. It's showing you guys a different video. However, in StreamYard, what is going on? Just so you know, I'm not playing that video. Hold on. Something's wrong. Okay. Here we go.
Domestic violence, the high rates of trafficking, and the intersections with poverty and racism, and homelessness, and all of the things that make this issue, more challenging to address.
This is not just an Alaska Native and American Indian issue. This is a people issue.
There isn't just one story.
We had a young man in my community who was just amazing, and then at some point just disappeared. And they found him a year later in the flats. Every day. And we don't know what happened. We certainly don't know the circumstances, but there was serious suspicion of trauma and other things that may have happened. But every story's like that.
The reality is it can happen to any of us. These are important members of our community. These are our relatives, our mothers, our grandmas, our sisters, our aunties. This is not about something that the victim did. This is not about poor lifestyle choices. This is about a decision that the perpetrator made to cause harm to another individual.
How do we heal?
Healing comes when we have culturally specific tribal strategies to address healing.
Bringing families into a place where they're back to healing, and communities into a place where they're back to healing.
The Office for Victims of Crime is a federal agency that's dedicated to ensuring healing and justice for victims of all crimes.
Our perpetrators are coming from many different populations. We needed to have a venue where we could listen to tribes and we could hear what were the missing and murdered Indigenous persons' stories in their communities.
We have an obligation to work as hard as we can to make sure that the voices of tribal communities are heard and that we continue to listen.
The tribes came with incredible, heart-wrenching stories, but they also came with solutions and needs.
We need more coordination with law enforcement. On reservations, our jurisdiction is very complicated.
There are 229 tribes in the state of Alaska, and they cover an area of over 600,000 acres, which literally equates to about 20% of the continental US. Most of them are only reachable by plane or by boat. We have 80 communities that are just listed as having no law enforcement whatsoever. We're waiting hours, sometimes days, for somebody to show up.
There's so much more to do. When a loved one is murdered or missing, it doesn't just impact the loved ones of that victim. It impacts entire communities. This trauma just doesn't go away.
When something happens, we're gonna respond and we're going to report it. And we're gonna stand up and say it's not okay.
And now in Minnesota, a huge win is that we have the first ever missing and murdered Indigenous relatives office in our state government. It's permanent funding. It will not go away.
People are talking to each other. People are discussing these issues. They are solving problems with each other.
We have heard from Indigenous women that they want services by Native women and for Native women. They need to know that they can come to us and that we are a safe space for them.
We've expanded our guidance so that we can provide the assistance that the families and loved ones of missing and murdered Indigenous people need, whether or not it's been determined that a crime has occurred.
It gives me hope to see our state, tribal, federal people that are responding to this issue.
What gives me hope is that I know that change is possible.
This job has been all about hope. The relationships that we've developed, the ability to have these conversations has been so important.
Well, StreamYard is making me look like that I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, here's the latest FBI or cop. Let's see. When was this? 2021. Let's go watch on YouTube. Yeah. Sorry, an ad.
Bonnie's been a friend of mine since we were kids in school. We have Khadijah's father, her brother, her grandparents here with us today. We're coming up on the 3-year anniversary of her disappearance in the Round Valley area. I wanted to come together today to discuss some things that we have going on, but we also have to realize that this terrible crime is going on throughout our entire nation, not just in Pueblo. It's the belief of the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office that someone in the Round Valley area has information regarding this crime. It's the belief of the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office that eventually someone is going to come forward with this information. And we want to be able to work together to provide support in order to make sure that this investigation comes to an end so we can support the family. The Sheriff's Office is very supportive, has been very supported by the family. As a matter of fact, myself, Lieutenant Barney, we've been supported by this family since we were children. Khadijah's grandparents, her parents, the people we grew up with, the people that we know and love, they helped her raise us. That entire community helped her raise us. And that's why it's so important right now that the entire community come together to support this family and to support the community. I want to go back just for a moment to the events that led up to this. On January 30th, 2018, Deputy Sheriff was called regarding a domestic violence incident between Khadijah Britton and Niji Felis. A report and a supplemental report was taken on that. Shortly thereafter, Deputy McCarty, another Mendocino County Deputy Sheriff, was called regarding Khadijah going missing. Her family had not been in contact with her. That occurred on 2/10 of 2018. The investigation continued, and on the 12th, we learned that she had not been in contact with her family and she hadn't been in contact with anyone on her Facebook account. The Sheriff's Office completed some investigative work on that, and they found that she had not been in contact with anyone following the 7th of February. At that point, we began to look at this as kidnapping. On the 12th, a Mendocino deputy began checking various locations where Khadijah was known to have been frequently in the past. At that time, we learned that it was possibly a kidnap and that she was taken from a residence in the Covelo area. Shortly thereafter, Mendocino County Detectives Bureau took this case and began working it. Detectives began interviewing and completing searches of various areas. We continued with the investigation and spoke with the Federal Bureau of Investigations, asking them for any assistance they could give us regarding searches, regarding cell phone downloads, things like that. We began to build a picture. Our search and rescue team was called out, and we continued to search areas of interest. We put literally thousands of hours of investigative time into this. We have hundreds of documented interviews. We have thousands of hours of searches. We've searched so much that we began to look at the maps where we searched and started looking for locations that we hadn't. We're here today to reach out to 100% of the Round Valley community, hoping that you will continue to support the family and to support us. We met with the Federal Bureau of Investigations today, and they're going to continue working with us, supporting us as we move forward in this and supporting the family. I have with me a representative of the FBI. I'll turn it over to him for a moment.
Thank you, Sheriff. My name is Scott Shelby. I'm I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the San Francisco Division of the FBI. I want to thank you for joining us this morning as we approach the 3-year anniversary of Khadijah's disappearance. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest condolences to Khadijah's family, who have been suffering for the past 3 years without answers or justice for her. I cannot imagine the pain that you're going through during this time. I'm truly sorry. Second, I want to share with you some of the information over the FBI's work over the past 3 years. Since March of 2018, the FBI has been working with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office to follow leads, process evidence, and search for Khadijah. We have provided assistance through our evidence response teams, through our specialized forensic and laboratory analysis, and through leveraging expertise in specific technical areas. We will continue to dedicate these resources and other federal resources to this case, working closely with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office until Khadijah is found. Third, I want to announce the FBI is offering a $10,000 reward for information that would lead to the arrest and conviction of those who are responsible for Khadijah's disappearance. We are encouraging members of the community to come forward. Somebody knows. Tips can be provided to the FBI San Francisco Division by calling 415-553-7400 or online at tips.fbi.gov. That's tips.fbi.gov. Tips can remain anonymous, and again, we are asking the public to come forward. The FBI is committed to investigating all leads pertaining to Khadijah's disappearance, and this case has our full support. Together with the Mendocino County Sheriff's Office, our goal is to find Khadijah, to uncover the truth about her disappearance, and to bring justice to those who are responsible for her disappearance. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. We're going to take a few questions. Before we get into that, I would just like to again reiterate, let's support the community, let's support the family. If someone knows something, let us know. You can call the Sheriff's Office at 463-4086. You can get onto our anonymous tip line on our webpage. You can use the We Tip on our webpage as well. There's a lot of different ways to get a hold of us. If you want to remain anonymous, that's fine also. Connie, did you have anything to say? So we'll take just a few questions. So far, no questions? None for me, none for the FBI. Once again, let's support each other to be able to bring this to a resolution. Thank you.
And violence against women cannot be overlooked any longer. In 2016, it was reported that 8 in 10 Native women had survived serious violence during their lifetimes. 50% have suffered sexual violence, and 90% of these cases have involved a non-Native perpetrator. I appreciate the recent work that tribal governments have done to shed light on the silent crisis of gender violence and violence against our women that have gone overlooked in Indian country for far too long. Most of all, I thank the Native women who have endured generations of systematic violence, who are 10 times more likely to be murdered and 4 times more likely to be sexually assaulted when compared to the national average. Further exacerbating this issue, the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights Broken Promises report states that crime and victimization in Indian country is caused by the systematic underfunding of tribal law enforcement and criminal justice systems, coupled with pre-existing barriers. In communities with the nation's highest rates of crime that are comparable to dense urban cities like Detroit and Los Angeles, I'm building on legislation like Savannah's Act and VAWA to provide our women with programmatic resources that will expand to urban areas where many Native Americans are frequently overlooked in this silent crisis. My work will also provide resources to families of missing women. Part of redefining who we are starts at home. Last week at the University of New Mexico, the first major public discussion of Pueblo feminism took place during the 20th Annual American Indian Studies Association Conference. During a panel, students described the presence of women and two-spirit people in modern tribal governance. One of the female students said, quote, "I am never going to be a governor or hold a leadership position in my tribe because these are only positions reserved for males." This is probably why Deb Haaland ran for Congress, because she knew she couldn't have political power within our existing system, unquote. I ask, is this the message that we should pass down to our youth? Some tribes continue to practice a European tradition of patriarchal governments that refuse to allow women a seat at the table. As another one of these bright young women said, we are survivors of colonialism, but we don't have to continue to live in it. To the students who organize this discussion to shed light on the issue, thank you for your bravery and your strength. Your leadership is what keeps me moving forward. I see you and I hear you.